Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Eden, just recorded a couple of Tarkov videos. I can't tell you how happy I am to be playing The Binding of Isaac FW89181V with a scary start, but great stats. Also, our spacebar item is worth a lot. We need a key to really get good value out of it for now, but... oh, that would have been a great time for Serendipity to pop out, and I'm not talking about a 2002 movie starring John Cusack, Kate Beckinsale, and Jeremy Piven. Yeah, I'm very familiar with the plot of Serendipity, okay? John Cusack meets Kate Beckinsale at a department store. Somehow he loses his copy of the first edition of Love in the Time of Cholera. They meet, they bond. There's a little meet-cute situation, but they're incompatible. He's American, she's American, but has a British accent, so something's going on there. Jeremy Piven writes his best friend's obituary before he dies, so he learns to appreciate the important stuff in life. And then they blah blah blah, you get the rest. Hold on, how do I feel about that? The movie? Honestly, it's like a 5 out of 10. How do I feel about getting car battery? Well, for Mr. Misik, I feel like it does nothing. However, jumper cables also kind of does nothing. So I would consider that this has the potential to at least do something if we replace our item. If our spacebar item. If we don't replace our spacebar item, it's totally fine. Like, we can still be pretty happy with this item, to be honest. Oh, let's go. That's huge. Oh, it's a game where the things I do actually matter. Look, I'm not salty. I'm playing it up for dramatic effect a little bit, but Tarkov, I'm ready to send Tarkov into that great blue something, you know what I mean? For me, I recognize that playing Tarkov now and then is the cost of doing business with Malf and Dan. They like it / love it. They might even, dare I suggest, want some more of it. That's what we call it. It's the international diplomacy. I take the hit on the Tarkov, play a game that, to be honest with you, at this point in my life, I could take or leave. Preferably. I mean, take or leave really means you want to leave it. And then later, I can lean on that as a little bit of a... as a pressure point. I can be like, yeah, you might not want to... Everyone thinks that I would ask them to play Isaac. Not true. That's not... I mean, we already have enough Isaac on the channel for one. But it's not fun for me to just... and without being rude. Like, I know Malf has played a lot of Isaac, but it leaves me as the heavy favorite by far. It's not fun for me. It's not about the winning. It's about having fun along the way. I will say, I do have 8 Discord messages. I think they're on the Golden Goblet Discord channel. Let's see if there's some spicy information there. I don't know. Some of it was on Tarkov, but I also have no idea what some of the messages say, to be honest with you. I have to run that through the Danslator, and to be honest, I'm a very good Danslator. However, so you need 100% brain power for it. We'll concern ourselves with that after the fact. Might as well. So we've got a very battery-powered run right now. Any great spacebar item is worth, well, let me rephrase. Any spacebar item that's value scales with how often you're able to use it is going to be disproportionately good from this point onwards as well. Like, you know, Mr. Misik's, it doesn't get better the more we're able to use it. You know what I mean when I say that? Satanic Bible mostly gets better the more you use it. Book of Revelations mostly gets better the more you use it. Any of the books, really, I think. Mr. Meeseeks, you're really only used in a couple of circumstances. I wouldn't mind keeping it for this floor and then yeeting it. I mean, it's done good stuff for us. Let's not get, you know, be foolish here. But I wouldn't mind keeping it for this floor, so it might be able to snag a deal with the devil for me for free. Always nice to get the benefit of the deal with the devil and still be able to go to deals with the angel, but... Hold on a moment. In here... I don't think PokeGo is worth even trying, to be honest. But Humbling Bundle absolutely is. You love to see it. And honestly, I mean, now I just look like an idiot because I'm like complaining about items that are fantastic for us. And Mr. Meeseeks has paid extraordinary dividends so far. I apologize for offending its honor. Now, how do I feel about Box of Spiders? I do like that it works with Dim Bulb. There's something to that. I just don't know if we want to go for that yet. Hold on. Hold on. So here's the thing. We don't really want any of this. Do we want any of that? Not really. Come on. One. That's very nice. Here's what I think you do. Grab the gift. Hopefully. That's why we said hopefully. Let's do this again. Try again. Very nice. Thank you. Then, pop the gift outside. Hey, undefined. Not sure about that one. Might have let greed get the better of us there. But that's okay. We got so much value out of this already. It's like... It's outrageous. And we're also fully charged again. I do kind of want to get the deal with the devil for free, but I'm also like, dude, why wouldn't we keep trying to snag, like, amazing items right here for free as well? Oh, that's... I really wanted that one. Thank you. And Mr. Meeseeks is just paying, I should say, disgusting dividends. I don't think I can give up Mr. Meeseeks for a box of spiders here. It's doing too much for us. That's like, hey, thanks for getting me to the top of the Billboard Hot 100. I'm gonna fire you and hire Rick Rubin instead. We gotta show some brand loyalty in this situation. But we do have to be modestly careful just about our HP. The Dream Deal with the Devil is a great item we don't have to pay for, or alternatively... an item we can pay for that gives us, or I mean, that's very nice that we got the charge there, I guess, but maybe it didn't matter. An item that we pay for, but it gives us defense or respawn ability. Well, try it. I'm excited. At least the floor's almost over. Not that you know ends the problems for us here. Yeah, I think we will take store credit temporarily. Can always get Dim Bulb on the way out. So we want to use store credit to get an item. And then maybe Mr. Meeseeks to get a Spirit Heart or something? That's just 2 nuns habits, brother. I think we will take 1. Obviously, I don't think they scale, so... Backpack. I don't know if it's for me. So here, I think you would like to get a Spirit Heart for free. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And then... worth a shot. Okay. I mean, it all worked. It all worked out pretty well. I'd like to see maybe a second secret room. Okay, never mind. We'll be leaving. I still think there's a Dim Bulb play here at some point. The thing is, once every 4 rooms... stat upgrade, not worth very much. However, at some point, and there's I'm excited coming back to bite us. At some point, we are gonna get to a place where we really want to go, and we'll walk in the sun. But till then, Eden's like this, baby. It's not a one run. So then you gotta do it again because people might not get the joke. It's a Bruce Springsteen thing. You gotta go. Runs like this. Oh, baby, it's not a one run. And then you go, whoa. And then you go, yeah, da, 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 da. Sorry, we shouldn't be making so much noise. This is a family establishment. Great song. I mean, Born to Run. If you don't like Born to Run, honestly, you can get out. You can turn the video off. I accept when people say, I don't really like Bruce Springsteen. I disagree. I think Bruce Springsteen has had an amazing career as one of the, you know, most celebrated rock songwriters in American history. Take a little swallow of that. Not all of his catalog appeals to me that much. However, Born to Run, Born in the USA, and Nebraska, 3 amazing albums. Born in the USA is such a good song that people who don't get the meaning of it love it more than people who get the meaning of it. Which is just, it doesn't happen very often. It's a special thing when it does. Born in the USA is not necessarily a song about American pride. At least not in the way that you might think it is. Hold on, hold on. Not greed, thank you. We're gonna buy this, we're gonna grab this, you're gonna send me, and you're gonna give me some beautiful, beautiful stuff. Starter deck plus tarot cloth. You love to see it. I think we'll just buy low on that one, and just keep our HP high enough. Compost and jar of flies, no thank you. In theory, yes, you could buy the 5-cent card and maybe it could do some damage for you, but I mean, what is there to say right now? Almost all of the value on the run right now is provided exclusively by Mr. Meeseeks. You like to see it? You consider it acceptable to view it? No, you love to see it. You're gonna make me say it? You love to see it. Mr. Meeseeks, usually when we see it, we get 1 item out of it. So this is an aberration for us, and a fun one at that. I was trying to use my limited Korean to extend that joke, but I'm not sure if I have the chops, to be honest. I know that to watch is like bois. So it's like boda or something. So it's like boada joheo. Joai. Anyway, I'm working on it, okay? I want to be able to have a conversation with my in-laws at some point that goes beyond like 저는 Ryan EAO. 저는 Canada 사람 EAO. 저는 미국 사람 아니에요. 아니에요. I said, I'm Ryan. I am a Canadian person. I am not an American person. 저는 배고파. Always. Always hungry. Are you impressed? We started to add some words to the vernacular. Ooh, ooh. I'm impressed. Tell you is, ooh, I forgot we could fly. It's so much easier. Like, when I was in Korea, I did learn a little Korean before I went. And I really like, if you have any interest at all in Korea or Korean culture, and I'm like, I'm trying to think about how to phrase this in the nicest way possible. Trying to think, like, because it might come out negative, even though in my heart of hearts I don't mean it negative. A lot of the time, when people are like, you know, I'm learning a language to interface with the culture of that language, even though I don't intend to ever go there or live there, and I might just like travel there for like a week. I'm not gonna rain on your parade. I love productive hobbies. They give you like a sense of accomplishment while also entertaining you. You don't get that out of, you know, like most forms of passive entertainment. However, I'm like, the value proposition there is like not great. However, if you're like a K-pop fan, or you like, you know, Korean food or Korean movies, you should really take, and when you get the time, it doesn't have to be today, take like 90 minutes and learn the alphabet. Once you learn the alphabet, you can already, I don't want to say you know 50% of the language, because that's crazy. But you can learn the alphabet in an hour and learn how to pronounce the words in an hour, maybe 2 hours at most. And that'll open like 5% of Korean language to you. Copy, computer, television, etc., etc. Once you can read the alphabet, you're not halfway home, but you're getting there. So I learned a little bit while I was in Korea, and I learned a lot of conversation. You know, 화장실 어디예요? Or even 실례합니다. 화장실 어디예요? Or 여기요. 맥주 세 병 주세요. 4 beer please, madame. Specifically 4 bottles. No, that's 3. Sorry, my bad. 4 is nege. Anyway, or ne bien. Regardless. It took a lot of work. I had to like meet somebody who, like, we passed it back and forth to one another, the other foreigners in Korea and myself, as if they were like eldritch sayings, you know? Does this work? We were like, oh, if you... Genius. Would you like to know another word of power? 화장실 means bathroom. Yo, next time you're at the Family Mart, say, 실례합니다. 쓰레기 봉투 주세요. And then the dude will give you garbage bags so that you don't have to throw all your stuff out in plastic shopping bags like somebody who's not, you know, living their life the way that you're supposed to according to the codes of the land. We might have other items back there. But now, like, you know, my wife was born in Korea. She speaks fluent Korean. It's so nice because I'll, like, oh, there was a shopkeeper. Okay. I'll, like, encounter an expression in Korean that I don't know. I'll be like, okay, what does nail mean? And she's like, nail is tomorrow. It takes half a second. It's so much easier. I would really recommend it if you get the chance. That's all there is to say about that. I'm sure I told the story, but it's almost 2 years old now. So, like, the story is, it's expired, which means I can tell it again. Kate and I went to Korea for the 2018 Olympics, which was fun, even though it was Canada's worst performance in the hockey tournament since 2006. But, you know, that's really, like, Gary Bettman's fault. Regardless, it was a fun thing to be at. And I was also stoked because I was like, hey, I speak a little Korean, so I can, like, get around. So in the morning, you know, I would, like, go to the convenience store and I could buy, you know, like, lunch or breakfast, and, you know, I could ask for directions and stuff like that. But then I thought I was, like, way more proficient than I was. So I needed to go to the bathroom really badly, and I walked up to somebody that worked at, like, the place we were at, and I said, 실례합니다. 화장실 어디예요? This is a nice way of saying, like, hey, I'm dumb, where's the bathroom? And then she very nicely and laboriously spoke to me and started pointing out, like, multiple directions and turns that you would have to make. 90% of the time you ask someone that question, they respond by just pointing at, like, a door. And then you go, 감사합니다. And then you both kind of go, to each other, and then, you know, that's the interaction. But this was not to be one of those times. So I did the same thing. I said, you know, 감사합니다, 네. And then I walked back to my table, and Kate said, didn't you have to go to the bathroom? And I explained to her what I just explained to you right now. And she laughed, and she laughed, and she laughed. I did eventually go to the bathroom. What I did is what a lot of people do in those situations. Wait for somebody else to go to the bathroom. And then, I don't want to say follow them. But follow their lead, you know? I waited until another man left the establishment and turned down an alley. And then I waited like 30 seconds and I did the same thing. And then I was like, is this the bathroom? And he's like, I think so. I was like, yeah, I knew that. Don't even try it, Buster. So I cannot be hurt or killed on this run. You can't stop me. We'll take that. Rewind it back. How about you pick that up? Let's go. Big plays. And dude, we might as well take that as well then, because that'll give us the tiers upgrade. I'm not going to say it's exciting, but, you know, we've really pieced together an incredibly nice Mr. Meeseeks run here. I'm a very, very happy man. Mr. Meeseeks has done some incredible work for us up to this point, and I gotta stop opening red chests, because it's never worth my time. We also have a Mega Satan play here, which is nice. Everything's coming up Millhouse on this one, dude. I got no complaints. I also played the Dark Souls randomizer today, as mentioned in the previous Isaac video. Had a lot of fun, even made a little bit of progress. There's a long way to go, and there's been some tough situations, but we're working on it, and hopefully we'll be able to get to, I mean, the end of the game. Yes, would be nice. I love right now, in Undeadburg, which is the first area of the game, there are like 5 huge endgame enemies in a single tiny room that I cannot get through. And then my only other like real pressure point right now is I can go, and it's a hassle to do this for the record, but I could go fight the Bell Gargoyles. If you're not familiar with Dark Souls, just bear with me. It's an early game boss. However, the Bell Gargoyles are the final boss of the game, and also Solo Ornstein, who is also pretty annoying. Please work. You hate to see it. However, what about this? He's done it, kind of. What are we getting out of this? I don't really know. What do you got for me? The moon. Humbling bundle allows us to keep this rolling here. What? Oh, that's we use coupon instead, and I regret nothing. Or do I regret something? I don't know. I mean, none of this is really worth very much at all, so I wouldn't let it get you too twisted up. But largely, we have very little to complain about. Two of clubs. It's not just 2 of clubs. It's 2 of clubs while also having tarot cloth. Now we have 80 bombs, which is actually pretty nice because I shouldn't just use sack dagger for everything, even though it's obviously extremely great. We'd probably benefit from mixing it up a little bit. The boss appears to be very close. So for me, I'm like, I didn't really want to teleport right away, but this'll be fine. Especially if we can just come down here. No, this is not the right way. Please let me go. You think we have to do a huge loop around? No, they wouldn't. That doesn't make any sense. I'm getting impatient, and I'm the right thing to do is to not get impatient. But the honest thing to do is to accept that your impatience is, I don't want to say inevitable, but it's, you know, part of my personality. So what do? Well, now that we've recognized that we're being impatient, we can start to tease that apart. That was not very good. Namely, where's that impatience coming from? I think it's orbital driven. I have a great orbital, and I feel like the run is strong, so that's creating this, like, false sense of security for me, where I'm like, you should just run into everything as soon as possible. If anything takes more than 5 seconds to kill, it's not worth it. So now that we've acknowledged that, hey, dummy, slow your roll. Well, let's interrupt that little thought pattern, and, or alternatively, do what you're doing but don't get hit. I'll accept that. You could do the wrong thing the right way, and I would have very few complaints. I know also you're probably like, you can use Mr. Meeseeks to get... I think we take this so that we can, we're going to have a 100% chance of the deal with the devil on the next floor. We should be able to activate it. Really, 9 lives, we wouldn't expect it to do much for us there. But yeah, if we can do the wrong thing, but do it so right that it's indistinguishable from the right thing, that's A-okay as far as I'm concerned. That's A-okay as far as I'm concerned. You're laughing. My donation machine is below 800 and you're laughing? Anyway. It's been a good time. It's been a good time. Help. We can make it in here. But not for that. Everybody's got a price. My price is a little bit higher than a single iron chest at this stage of the game. The only reason I like an iron chest is because it allows me to say, iron chest. Let me I could do that better. Iron chest. You know, like I'm Sagat from Street Fighter. That was not a tinted rock. If you had to be a Street Fighter character, who would you be? I'm trying to think. Can I tell you? I would love to be E Honda. People are like, E Honda, they think he's overweight. Is he? Well, I mean, he's probably got a big BMI. But like, go look at a picture of E Honda. That is not a fat man. That is like the world's strongest man. He's 450 pounds and you can see every single one of his abs. He's ripped. You don't get that Ninja Turtle body by exclusively overeating. You know what I mean? I think being E Honda would as far as I'm concerned, E Honda is the strongest of all the Street Fighters if you remove demonic and superhuman elements such as the Yoga Fire and the Sonic Boom. As far as I mean, the 1,000-hand slap, in my head canon, that's just him slapping very fast. Nothing, you know, he's not summoning the spirit of wind to help him do it. I think. So this is a little stinky, but let's try. I think we do want it mostly for the Whore of Babylon setup. It's not, it's starting to, I'm not going to say fall apart. I hope it's strong enough to easily carry us to the end. It should be, and I feel bad that we're even like close to being in this position. I'm hoping that 7 seals will help us out and not exclusively blow us up. One thing's for sure. We're one Hierophant Sun Emperor card away from easy victory. And we do also have the stopwatch as well. I'm not trying to... You know me at this point, I hope, if you've watched a lot of episodes. If you don't, just take my word for it. I never try to sell a video, like, in the sense that I'll, like, mid-video, I'll be like, oh, I don't know if we're gonna make it through this one, guys. I find it, like... Honestly, if you watch me, like, do videos with other people, it's, like, probably one of my biggest trigger points that sends me off the friggin' deep end. Is when somebody's, like, clearly going to win, but they downplay it, and they're like, oh, I know I'm better than you, and ahead, and there's no time left, but I don't know, I think you've got this one wrapped up. I don't mind when they're like, you got a chance. When they're like, I'm nervous, I'm like, come on, who are you fooling here? So I don't do that in my own videos either, because I wouldn't be able to respect myself in the morning. We should win. If we don't win, it's because of being very bad. Or not being bad, let's rephrase. Playing badly out of a little laziness here. Mostly, it's the thing, you know, sack dagger, you love to get it, but also, kind of like, it enabled laziness in a way. And that's on me. Could just pretend not to have it. But this is how I win. This has got to be the right way. It really is, and everybody's got their issues. And you might think that you don't, but I'm not issues in terms like psychologically. I mean, like there's certain things in conversation that, you know, they just get you, you know? For some people, I'll never understand this, but it's cursing. Some people, they can't take you seriously if you say a curse word. They're like, I tuned out as soon as he said the F word. And I agree, there's like a time and a place. And most of these videos I do not curse. Pretty much for that reason, to be honest. However, never bother me. The only thing, sometimes, you know, if somebody curses like a lot, you go like, why? Like, it's not like I'm offended by the cursing, but it's just like you sound like Deb from Dexter right now. Holy frickin' frick, Dex. I'm freaking so mad at that a-hole, and you know, you get the idea. You don't even need to go any further on that one. For me, it's honestly sandbagging gets me so badly. I would much rather play against, like, let's say I was playing chess. I mean, these are situations that happen. You know, when I went to, like, the local chess club when I was 12, 13, 14 years old, there was another kid there who was younger than me, and better than me. And I loved playing against him, even though I lost frequently. Not a great assortment of items here, to be honest with you. I think we might have to try to make Blue Baby work here, but we'll see. What do you got for me on cards? Death card, Awaz. Hierophant is... that's enough. Thank you. And the Holy card as well. I guess we'll just take it in. But I loved playing against him, because he would never sugarcoat it. You know, he was like 200 or 300 elo points higher than me. And whenever we played, he was like, you're probably, you know... he wouldn't rub it in. But he would never be like, oh, I am shaking. You know, he was always like... He had an appropriate level of confidence for his skill level. I mean, there's nothing more annoying, I guess, than like being the underdog, and that's what you have going for you, and the other person tries to take it away by also being the underdog despite being in a dominant position. Nobody wants to be the favorite. I understand. Playing from the people think it's like it's a unique thing. Like it's a personality trait. They're like, I like being the underdog. Yeah, everybody does. You have less expectations from other people about your performance. Why wouldn't you want that? You don't get any benefit out of being, you know, overestimated. It's not like the favorite gets a better chance to win because people think they're the favorite. They get a better chance to win because they've performed better up to that point. Anyway, what am I talking about? Sir, this is an Arby's. I wouldn't say we got lucky on this run. Holy card is doing some great work for us. But I would say we got lucky towards the end. Like that Hierophant card really opened this up for me to just be able to walk in here and be like, you know, to be more aggressive than usual. Let's put it that way. Mr. Meesick still chewing away. I was hoping we would get another one. I guess if we get hit twice, we will. Yo, you have to love the sack dagger play, though. It's over. Not my finest moments in terms of performance, but we could be pretty pleased that this was an interesting one from the perspective of using that Mr. Meeseeks so frequently anyway. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.